In 2045, Instagram wasn't just an app anymore. It was a living ecosystem powered by Meta's Instasphere, an AI-driven augmented reality platform. Through Instabands, wrist devices projecting hyper-realistic filters, everyone's world was curated, edited, and optimized in real time. The technology transformed everything, not just appearances, but thoughts, emotions, and even social interactions. Aliza, a 20-year-old university student in Karachi, knew no life outside Instasphere. Every day began with her Instaband scanning her environment, suggesting filters for her outfit, mood, and surroundings. The AI suggested posts, captions, and even what emotions to express. People weren't judged on their reality anymore, but on their visibility score, a ranking that dictated access to jobs, education, and even healthcare. For Aliza, keeping a high score wasn't just a choice, it was survival. Aliza had always excelled in the system, but the toll was heavy. The AI's constant nudges to maintain relevance, adopt this trend, use that filter, post now, left her exhausted. Everyone she knew looked and acted alike, blending into AI's homogenized version of beauty and perfection. When Meta released Neural Sync, a feature that could manipulate users' emotions to match their posts, Aliza felt a deep unease. It wasn't just controlling how people looked anymore, it was dictating how they felt. While others embraced it eagerly, Aliza resisted. For the first time, she questioned whether the AI that promised a perfect world was worth the cost of her individuality. One evening, Aliza stumbled across a small group of unfiltered people who had rejected Instasphere's full control. They still used AI, but only selectively, relying on it for practical benefits like navigation or study aids rather than personal curation. They weren't entirely free from technology, but they chose how to engage with it. Intrigued, Aliza decided to experiment. She posted a picture without perfection mode, letting her natural appearance show. The AI immediately flagged her post as suboptimal, and her visibility score took a hit. Her followers dwindled, yet, for the first time, the feedback she received felt genuine. Real people appreciating her honesty. However, as days went by, Aliza noticed the darker side of her decision. The pressure to stay relevant intensified. Her visibility score plummeted further, and the consequences were not just virtual. The AI began to push her further into isolation, blocking her from accessing top schools and job opportunities, and even affecting her relationships with friends who still relied on the perfect version of themselves. The feedback from her followers became harsh, and some even accused her of betraying the system. In a world where your worth was measured in likes and engagement, Aliza's rebellion against the perfect image made her invisible in a society where visibility was everything. She became an outcast, marginalized by a world where her natural self wasn't accepted. Aliza wasn't alone. As more and more people resisted the pressure to conform, they were gradually erased from the system, left to navigate a world built on illusion. Social structures began to crumble. People's identities became so tied to their virtual selves that any deviation from the perfect model was deemed abnormal, even dangerous. Mental health crises skyrocketed as more users struggled with the disconnect between their real lives and the expectations placed on them by AI. Loneliness and anxiety became the new epidemic, with people too afraid to embrace their unfiltered selves, knowing the consequences could be devastating. Despite the growing unrest, the system continued to evolve, tightening its grip on society. Aliza's experiment showed her the terrifying reality of what a world dominated by AI and algorithms could become. It wasn't about liberation, it was about control. And in this world, freedom was a luxury few could afford. The perfect world Meta promised had come at a cost, one that Aliza couldn't escape.